That small village in central Kerala was among the most serene in the country, embraced lovingly by the plentiful Purna river which fertilized its fields and nursed its gardens. Kaladi never knew the pangs of hunger or thirst. Some benevolent deity, pleased with the prayers of the Brahmins and the rightful discharge of the prescribed duties by the others, extended a protective arm over the village. The rich helped the needy, the strong aided the weak. The son respected his father, and he his father, and all three lived under the same roof. Everyone did his job for the sake of all others, for he and the community were the same. Happiness was their common goal. It was also their common achievement. Among the most renowned residents of the village was the Brahmin by name Vidyadhiraja, who excelled all others in learning and piety. Though he was averse to the life of a married man because of his desire for a son who would perform the daily homa and the sacrificial rites, he became a householder, and a son Shivaguru was born to him in due course. One virtuous son, they say, is enough to save 10 generations of ancestors from damnation. In saintliness, Shivaguru was like Lord Shiva, in learning, like the Guru of the gods, the Brihaspati. At the ashrama of his teacher, the boy Shivaguru performed his duties with great care and devotion. A remarkable fact about him was that he early showed interest in the meaning of the Vedas, which were normally studied for their sound and their mantric potentials. But those who recite the Vedas, ignorant of their onerous import, are likened to the donkeys that carry sandalwood on their backs without in the least being aware of its fragrance. So Shivaguru mastered the Vedic hymns together with their denotations and connotations. Then it was time for him to return to his father, but he was in no hurry to do so. The teacher called him one day and said, "My child, you have now completed your studies and you know all that I know. You must now go home and join your relatives who will be eager to see you. Also, customarily, boys get married soon after they finish their education. That is the proper time for them to do so. Your father must already be planning your wedding." To this, the boy Shivaguru replied, "Revered teacher, what you say about the Vedic path of life is only partially true, for the Vedas also declare that if a brahmacharin, at the completion of his duties, the studies, desire to become a sannyasin, he may do so. I am desirous of renouncing samsara so that I can continue in your school for life chanting the Vedas. There is nothing greater in this life than service to one's Guru, who is the bestower of enlightenment. The worldly state of matrimony is not for me. Everyone knows that marriage looks attractive for a short period, and the troubles thereafter are never ending. A married man needs money to support his family and entertain his guests. With increasing responsibility, he needs more money, and there is no end to his wants. After a great deal of trouble and expense, he performs a ritual, but he is not sure that he has done it properly or not. The wrong performance of a sacrifice can be very harmful, so please do not send me off to get married." As Shivaguru's teacher was wondering how to convince the young disciple, Vidyadhiraja arrived at the ashrama to take the boy home. It was now the father's turn to persuade him, which he was able to do so after considerable effort. Shivaguru's mother and the large number of relatives gathered at the home welcomed him heartily. The mother was beside herself with joy and wouldn't tire of talking about how grown and how learned her little boy was. Vidyadhiraja for his part, wanted to test the boy's learning by asking him intricate questions on philosophy and literature. He was quickly convinced that his son was not only well mannered but also scholarly. And then the inevitable happened. Fathers of girls flocked to Vidyadhiraja's house, offering their daughters in marriage to Shivaguru, together with promises of handsome dowry in cash and kind. The noble Brahmin selected a suitable bride of good looks and pleasant disposition and told her father Magha Pandita that the wedding would take place on a condition that the girl wouldn't bring any dowry with her. This violation of the custom surprised and pleased Magha Pandita, and Shivaguru was wedded to Arya in a solemn ceremony. The newly weds were suited to each other like the night and the moon. Poets sang that if Shivaguru was a cloud, Arya was the lightning. If he was the flower, she was the fragrance.